this is this is my first ever voice reveal, and this is my first ever video showing my sona and kind of actually fully expressing myself through my art, because in most of my videos I just have a background sound and then like a little hashtag or like something that says please leave a like. But for this video I wanted to actually do what a lot of like YouTubers that do redesigns do, and I wanted to make my little sona. So this is that video, and I'm being super awkward about this because I have never audio recorded for a video in my life. But welcome to the video, and today I'm going to be doing a drawing that I'm pretty sure I haven't posted about before, and it is my Ford Pines drawing from Gravity Falls. So throughout this video, it'll be really slowed down, so it looks a little choppy, but it's just so that the video is full length and I can actually talk about what Gravity Falls is. If you haven't seen it, again, there is going to be a spoiler warning because, yes, of course, there's a spoiler for Gravity Falls, because like I said, I am fully talking about Gravity Falls. This is a whole video about the specific character Ford Pines from Gravity Falls. So if you don't want it to be spoiled, or you just really don't feel like listening to me rant about Gravity Falls and everything, don't watch this video. That's probably not the video for you. If you have seen the show and you just haven't seen it in a while and you want to hear again, or if you're somebody like me and you like to learn about the show a little before you actually watch it, you like to kind of like learn the lore before you binge watch a show, then that's also the perfect video for you. So I really hope you enjoy the video, and again, I'm going to say this in like every video, please leave a like and subscribe. That would definitely help. I'm trying to share my art with a bunch of different people, and I just want to thank all the people who have already been subscribed to me. It's just really great to know that people appreciate my artwork. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, originally I was going to do a full-on audio recording of me talking about most of season 1 and season 2, but I have been recording it and I just realized that I don't have enough audio time for it. Yes, I realize there's like 12 minutes left in this video, but there's not enough time for me to basically rant about all of Gravity Falls and give enough information for the viewer to mostly know what is going on. So I am just going to summarize Ford Pines' character, aka the character I am drawing. Again, I know I've probably already said this twice, but I'm just going to simply talk about his backstory and how he came to be known in the show. Now, Ford is probably my favorite character in all of Gravity Falls, next to Bill Cipher, and he is first introduced, or he was hinted at throughout a lot of episodes of the show, but he is first introduced in the episode 11, Not What He Seems, in season 2. Now, in this episode, it follows the two, or aka 3, technically, characters of Gravity Falls, Mabel, Dipper, and Stanford Pines. But that's the thing. The Stanford Pines we know in the show isn't Stanford, and that's what we find out in this episode. That the Grunkle Stan the twins have been living with all summer is actually Stanley. Turns out this whole time, Stanley was disguised as his twin brother Stanford, who has been hinted at throughout the show, mainly in a certain episode in season 1, where the twins basically are fighting over a bedroom, and then they just go through it, and we see a scene where Stan grabs a pair of glasses that turn out to be Ford's glasses. And looking back at these scenes actually can make me really sad, because Stanley is seen rubbing Ford's glasses, cleaning them, looking at them before, another character interrupts him. And it's truly heartbreaking to think that this whole time Stanley was really going through this and not having anyone to talk to. But that's besides the point. In this episode, we get introduced to Ford, and we find out that he was a scholar as a kid. He truly was smarter than Stanley. Sadly, that is what discriminates them and what the reason their parents discriminate them. But when they get into high school, or while they're in high school and they're about to graduate, Ford has an amazing chance to get into one of the best colleges in literally the entire country, and Stanley messes it up for him, sadly. He didn't mean to. He was just sad to see his brother go because he knew he was truly nothing without Ford. Ford is the only reason people weren't rude to him, because they knew Ford was amazing, and they would never talk bad about Stanley in front of Ford, but they would behind his back. So Stan accidentally breaks Ford's machine that would have gotten him to a great college, and Ford gets mad at him for this. He gets mad for not being accepted into his dream college, and Stan gets kicked out of the house by his parents. Now, I'm pretty sure 10 years later, I don't think it's 20 years later, Ford calls Stanley up and says, really just invites him over. He's like, hey, I need you over here. Please go to the mystery shack, or just hit my house, whatever he called his house, the address. Please come here in Gravity Falls, Oregon. So Stanley goes to the house, and he's just overall excited to see his brother. He loves Ford, and he hasn't seen him in years, and it's been really rough for him. And Ford dismisses him right after handing him his journal. All he says to Stan is, I only need you to destroy this. Please go as far away from me as you can. Get to the edge of the earth, get on an island, just get anywhere as long as you're not close to this area. You can't let anybody have this book. You can't let anybody see where this book is. Do not trust anyone. And Stan is furious. He yells out at Ford. He's like, I have been through so much lately, all because you were a baby, all because you didn't get into your dream college because I made a simple mistake. And now, after 10 years, you don't want to see me again. You only wanted to see me because you want me to get away from you. And this causes a huge fight between the two, which ends up in Stan, first of all, he gets burned on the shoulder due to a little heat pad. And then he gets Ford trapped in another dimension through a portal Ford had been building for a special purpose, which I will get into in a couple seconds. Now, the whole reason Ford even had built a portal is because of his past with an interdimensional demon named Bill Cipher. Now, Bill is from an entirely different universe, but that is currently not the main focus of the video. If I have time, I will focus on that. But basically, Ford one day, while studying Gravity Falls and its, as he would put it, weirdness factor, he is sitting underneath a tree and he's fallen asleep, and he gets a little talked to from Bill Cipher. Bill basically says to him, every couple 100 years, I'm pretty sure he says, I pick a great mind, and for me to be its muse, or their muse, so that they can study me, so that I can teach them the greatness of the universe, so that they can be as smart as they can be. And Bill has taught kings, he's taught Egyptians. Bill has been around for thousands of years. And Ford trusts him with all of his being. Ford is interested in Bill, and turns out they were extremely close. Hint, hint, if you know what I'm hinting at. But basically, their relationship goes really far, and Ford and Bill end up being some of the most, not trustworthy, but characters that trust each other the most, until Bill reveals that this whole time he has been tricking Stanford. He has been using him to build this giant portal, as I said earlier, that is made so then Bill can take over Earth and hopefully take over the entire universe. Now, Ford is obviously incredibly angry about this too, about the betrayal that has befallen him with his presumably closest friend, or just closest partner, in fact. But Bill seems to simply not care. He really has been just using Stanford for all we know. And that is what really started Stanford's kind of turn into insanity. And by the time we meet him at the end of the show, he is still very hyper-focused on this whole idea of just not telling anybody, not trusting anybody about anything. Literally, one of the things he says in the journal, in all of the journals, is trust no one, because he's so emotionally scarred from trusting Bill and getting betrayed by him. And this is really what makes Stanford's character. It is what gives everybody such a love for him, because even though he's mentally unstable, he's still probably the sanest of all the characters in the show, which is truly funny. In another video, I will try to get more into Bill and Ford's backstory and overall just Ford's contribution into the story of Gravity Falls. But for now, I really don't have too much time for this video. I didn't have any other drawings to add on, so I really hope that you can really forgive me for not being able to fully add everything in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh my gosh, I just listened back on the audio and I sound so crazy serious. I'm so sorry for that. But then again, like I said in the last segment, I'm so sorry that I did not have just literally enough time to add on any other information. I hope overall it was a good summary of Ford's character, and I hope you enjoyed the art style and overall just me shading everything and how Ford looks in the drawing. I definitely recommend Gravity Falls. It is one of my favorite shows, showing that quite a bit of the videos I have already added onto my YouTube channel are of Gravity Falls characters, mainly Bill Cipher. Actually, I think it's only Bill Cipher up until now. So please check the show out. If you haven't already seen the show, it's truly amazing, and I wish I could have fully summarized it, but in the beginning, really, I took like 20 minutes, maybe even an hour, to say all of the dialogue I could, but it turned out to fill up too much space, so I ended up just going over Ford's character, and that's really what got me here in the recording process. So I really hope that you still enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and maybe even comment some other ideas for shows you like. I like shows such as Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and The Owl House, and I like a lot of those fun shows. So if you have a show that I've already named that I like, or just a show that you kind of feel like from the vibes of the shows I watch that you think I have watched, I can draw a piece of art from one of those shows. And I will look through the comments and I will try to get, the most liked comment and really do that drawing. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please watch more of my videos. Please like, please subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.